Ciaran, ProfileTree. I know you were established in 2011. I suppose traditionally you would have been a digital marketing agency, but increasingly you're moving into, or you have moved for some time into the sort of AI space and all that disruptive stuff that we're trying to get our heads around. Where do you see, that side of things at the moment?
I think it's a massive opportunity for businesses. I think a lot of business owners, business leaders, managers don't realize the full potential. People are dipping into it and are doing maybe the basics, writing content or maybe creating content for marketing plans, but they don't realize it can really analyze data. It can help predict future trends. It can do research. And again, even knowing where this is going very, very soon, where we're going to get agents. So people will be, and you can do this today. I can have my AI agent phone a business and make a booking or make an inquiry. So very soon we'll have AI agents phoning businesses, making bookings, but maybe talking not to a receptionist, but actually talking to an AI
Yeah.
that side and
And
booking it.
yeah, and it's the pace of change that I find bewildering, and I know other tourism and hospitality leaders find bewildering because we've moved in such a relatively short period of time to where we are now, and I suppose we're trying to work out, we're trying to protect the authenticity of Irish tourism, the Céad Míle Fáilte, all that sort of stuff, whilst also benefiting from AI's sort of productivity and efficiencies, and marrying the two is the challenge.
Totally, and I think that's the biggest, as you say, that's the biggest selling point of Irish tourism is the friendly welcome, and maybe this allows businesses to get more of the backroom stuff done by AI and get people
Yeah.
out the front where it really counts, and that's where customers want to see them. At the end, like there's a case study, and I can quickly share it after is that with Klarna, they were able to reduce the time of customer queries from 11 minutes to 2 minutes for every inquiry. Klarna is the finance app. And obviously customer satisfaction greatly increased, but obviously they
Yeah.
saved a lot of revenue or a lot of money on the bottom line because of that.
Yeah. And just on that whole thing about employment and stuff, we hear, Ernst and Young and KPMG and the big legal firms, they would have traditionally have pulled in an awful lot of graduates from colleges, well educated, highly talented, the future, if you like, of those particular firms. And now I kind of hear that they're not bringing those people into the business because AI at that level can kind of do the job. But is that a good thing or a bad thing, if you know what I'm getting at?
Yeah, no, that is one of the downsides, and I would see the exact same with all the companies and business leaders we're talking to, and even ourselves. Like we're not bringing in the young talent. Where we probably need is the education system needs to change. Is they need to be really upskilled in using AI so they can jump from the junior to the more mid level or senior
Yeah.
position quicker. That's probably the only way around this. But I would see the exact same. Our agency, other businesses that we talk to are not bringing in young talent. So there is a bit of a disconnect there, and that needs to be sorted quick. And I think it has to be done in the education system where people are trained on AI. So when they're walking into a business, they're actually implementing productivity improvements from day one. So all of a sudden they are quite valuable.
Yeah, yeah. And in terms of, you talk to tourism and hospitality businesses all the time about AI, and what sort of applications, I don't know whether you have anything you can share on screen, sort of applications are sort of useful to businesses in terms of helping them, I suppose, drive sales, improve the bottom line, while still maintaining obviously the quality of the product or the service they're providing.
Of course, and what I'd say is, again is some of the things that people don't realize is the analytical nature of AI. So again, creating projects in these tools like ChatGPT or any of the other ones, and then having the project for accounts or for booking and pricing, or for even your strategy. So for example, we'd have one for our strategy, and every time we have a meeting, I'd have docs going into it and building that out. So I've got an AI assistant that knows everything about a business, and then when I have a strategy decision to make, I'm relying it to help. But just to share some tools, jump up and share some screen. So, and I know most people know the common ones, but one that we love, for example, images and creative marketing, is Ideogram, and you can start on this for free or for paid. And you come in and type in what you want. So again, you can type in anything. So again, tourism Ireland. So again, Ireland with text. And again, it's amazing. This why we like this tool. It's amazing for actual putting text on a an image. So again, I should say, come, and it's probably one of the best tools for adding text. Beautiful. It gives you 4 images at a time. And again, as I say, you can start this on free and paid. I would say this is a lazy prompt, so you want to put in a lot more detail than this, but the tool will help you. So again, let's see what it's come up with my very bad prompt. And there we go. So come to Ireland in 2026, and again, and then what I can do is I can pull this image if I like this image and it looks like Cliffs of Moher. I can pull it into the canvas here. I can then basically mark an element on the screen with magic fill and ask it to change that. So I can put in my own logo or anything else. I just highlight it and it goes. And then this tool as well, it's got other features such as characters and if you wanted headshots of team members. So again, you just go into, you can see I become a pirate, but you just upload your photo and it creates basically photos for your team. Again, professional, so I can turn myself into a suit or anything else I want, and it will do that. So that's a great tool to use, and that's ideogram.ai.
And just on that, Ciaran, like you can imagine marketing, professionals kind of it's saving an awful lot of time. But things like the Cliffs of Moher image that they used, is there a copyright issue? If I was a business and I was to go out with that image, it's not my image, or the Cliffs of Moher isn't mine to use in collateral. How do we get around that?
No, you're totally right. So there's no copyright at the moment on anything created by AI. So only copyright exists with human creations. So what we have is we've a commercial license with this company here. So I'm on the paid account. So basically I have the rights. That's my image. And basically how that's created that image, it's looked at millions of images of the Cliffs of Moher and then basically combined it from memory. So it's a visualization of what it might look like. Gotcha. So it's something that's created, but it's created by AI. So there's no copyright, but there is business ownership, and that's where you want the commercial license.
Perfect. Thank you.
So another one then, definitely. So video is super hot. And again, we can think of what volume of videos on the internet, on social media and everything else is AI generated. And we can see some clips here. So this is one relatively new one called VO3 from Google. So you just type in, again, VO3 and you'll land on this. And the beautiful thing is with this is you type in your prompt and you can be super creative. So again, if you were a tourism business and you're creating the story behind your business or just trying to explain some of the historic features of it, you could go in here and type something like this here, like a decent prompt. Again, I can imagine back in the 1800s and the cottages and all that good stuff, an Irish welcome. And what you can do, and this would fit then, you drop this clip into some real footage, or if it's a historic video of the business. And again, what it does with this prompt, it actually gives you the clip, but also gives you the text as well. So you actually get the audio back as well from the clip. So again, absolutely brilliant. It does do animation as well, which again is very unusual from these tools. But you can see again back to we're talking about industries being disrupted. So you've got video here as well. And then the last one I'd definitely like to highlight, and people, we would use it every day in our business, is called Google AI Studio. And again, this is totally free. So you just type in Google AI Studio. Now, it looks like it's quite complex here. And there's loads of features because this is more of a testing or advanced developer tool. But when you come into this, you go to Stream. And you just click on Stream. And then it'll ask, what do you want to do? So you would share your screen. And basically, if I was working in Adobe or working in my accounts or working on anything at all, I'm sharing my screen and I've basically got an AI that's watching my whole screen and then answering queries I might have. So if I was working on editing a video and I say I wanted to put in a cut here, how do I do it? It's going to tell me, right, go to the top left corner and click on this button and do this. And then I'll try it and it'll give me feedback. So, and it knows every piece of software, every tool. It's got Google's full database. So quite incredible.
Amazing. Yeah. And just, you mentioned free. So how do the software companies, if you like, make money? Because it's not all altruistic, is it?
No, definitely not. So it's a bit of a land grab at the moment between the big players. So Ideogram, for example, it gets you in for free to start with and get you using the platform, and then it wants you to upgrade. But when you look at Google or even ChatGPT, when you think of ChatGPT 5 is now totally free for people,
Yeah.
although in a limited plan, it's a pure land grab. ChatGPT
Yeah.
is last numbers reported 800 million users globally, and they're claiming that they've got 12% of the search market, which again is
Yeah.
incredible. Like what
Yeah.
impact's that doing to customers are finding our businesses, tourism
Yeah.
as well. And it's just a land grab for them at the moment. So price money will come in for sure, and sadly, I'm sure it'll only go one way. But at the
Yeah.
moment, yeah, a lot of these tools are free, so it's a great opportunity to get in and try them.
Great. And tell me, Ciaran, like that last one you showed us, whereby let's say you're working on you said an accounts, a profit and loss or whatever, and you're kind of stuck, and you know it's a Sunday evening and you don't want to bother your accountant or whatever. You can type in, how do I accrue for ABC, and it you share the screen. But what about the confidentiality of what you're sharing? Is there protection there? I don't particularly want an AI whatever app to suddenly know what my bottom line is.
Totally. And so what you're doing, you share your screen, but you actually just talk to it. So, and it talks back to you. So don't even type. So you're just having a conversation with it. So it's like an AI on your shoulder. But with the privacy, you're totally right. What we'd advise is basically, if you can, use AI tools from trusted companies like the likes of Google and OpenAI, which is owned by Microsoft, because again, they have layers of really good protection and T's and C's in it. Now, most of the AI tools do still have their databases for the tools within the US. That is an issue around, obviously, GDPR if you're putting in customer data. But if you're a large customer, then they will set up a database here in Ireland, and there is ways around that as well. But yeah, you want to if you see something on social media and it looks good, an AI tool you've never heard of it, and it looks like a small company, it's not do a little bit of due diligence before you use it, because I wouldn't trust any of those tools, and a lot of them, there'll be a lot coming and going because it's such a fast-paced industry. So I wouldn't be putting private data into them.
Yeah, great. And Ciaran, ProfileTree, you got. I mean, I think we just off camera. I think you have a couple of hundred kind of live clients, if you like, or whatever. Yeah. So you would discuss this with clients. You would advise them. You would give them a sort of a strategy in terms of adopting, using AI, and is it worthwhile them checking in with you every now and again to see that they're doing it the right way? Because you could spend quite a bit of time on this and find you're not getting any benefit out of it.
Totally, yeah. We've thousands of videos on our YouTube channels. We've 2 YouTube channels with thousands of videos on them, and we share exactly what's working and what's not. And definitely, it's so fast-paced, moving. Like it's incredible trying to keep up with. Even we're struggling. So it does change all the time, and they don't always announce it. So yeah, we go in and help companies with their implementation, basic training up to the overall strategy. So again, delighted to chat to anyone.
Yeah, super. Well, listen, Ciaran, thank you so much. It's a fascinating space, and one can't ignore it. You can't put the head in the sand. Even if you don't like it, you have to sort of embrace it. And I presume, unbeknownst to us as consumers, AI is influencing our behaviors all the time. It's probably bedded into everything at this stage.
Totally, it's been there. So even the Facebook feed, I'm old enough, you wouldn't be old enough for this, but back in 2012, Facebook feed, again, I was using AI. Our bank notifications, if there's something suspicious, that's AI. The spam filters on our email, that puts emails in spam. So AI is all around us. Enterprises have been using it for years and years, but now it's the chance of SMEs to actually implement it and harness its power.
Yeah, super. Ciaran, thanks for your time.
Thank you. Chat soon.